Hollywood Syndicate just have the one runner on the card this Saturday at Turffontein, and that's in the form of You Deserve It, a daughter of Pathfork. In fact, she's the full sister to Hollywood Syndicate's very own Look to the Sky, who's obviously a very talented sprinter, but maybe just gone off the boil. But keeping with this filly, You Deserve It, Pierce Stratum takes the ride, and she didn't quite enjoy that step up in trip last time out. I just don't think she was ready for it. Anthony's obviously had a chat to the trainer, so have I, and they are expecting a nice run from her this time out. She drops back in trip again to the 1160, and we'll be hoping for a much improved performance. Here's Anthony's thoughts as well.
He'll have a chance. He's got Pierce Stratum up front for the first time. Going to try and ride him forward in the race. He just needs to improve on his form to be able to be competitive in a race like this.
We have 5 runners stepping out for the Hollywood Syndicate on Sunday, and the first one comes in the first race in the form of Gimmie the Purple Light. Now, she's obviously been sharpened up. She gets a set of blinkers this time, which isn't carded. It'll be a card change. And John Buckler, representing the Glenn Cott's stable up in KZN, up at Summerfelt, he's put this filly through her paces. He's sharpened her up. He's putting the blinkers on, but she will need gate 9 to overcome, so it is going to be quite tough. But we'll be hoping for a bit of improvement after she's finished 9th in both of her outings.
Coming back in trip, as last time the 1400 was too far. So hopefully she'll improve from that last run.
Moving on to the 4th race, and that's in the form of Rolf the Rascal, number 1. As I mentioned just now, that's Anthony's value bet on the card, and that's after his very, very impressive win last time out when, overcoming a bit of a wide draw, he was settled off the pace and he absolutely picked off the opposition in some fine style, and was actually geared down to win by just over 1.5 lengths, or about 1.5 lengths. And obviously he's doing really well. He steps up in class now, but I think he's going to be another big performer. He's got lots more to come with this being his 7th start, and despite the fact that he doesn't show much at home, he certainly knows how to bring some good work to the track. So yeah, that's the Rolf the Rascal in the 4th race at Hollywoodbets Greyville on Sunday.
Rolf the Rascal gets draw 1. He'll be a fitter horse. I definitely think he'll have a very, very good chance. He was impressive in his last race, and I think if the pace of the race is run fast, I think he'll have a very, very, very good chance.
In the 5th race, we've got Bulldo Toy. Now, he's representing the Cliffy Miller stable for the first time, having changed stables from Ellison Wright. This is a horse that's obviously been a bit of an anomaly of late. He hasn't really got it together since those 3 wins on the trot in his 3-year-old career, and he just doesn't seem to be getting it right at the moment. But you know, he's been working really, really well, and he has obviously he is coming back from a break now. But we'll be hoping for some improvement here. He's obviously stepping out over the 1800 meters. He'll probably want a little bit further. But we'll be looking for a positive performance from the son of Irish Flame, and hopefully he can get back to the form that he showed us early on in his career. But I'm sure he'll just need this run first up.
Bulldo Toy, he's had a long break, should need the run.
Moving on to the 6th race, and we have Mrs. Hotline stepping out again for the Hollywood Syndicate and the Peter Muscat stable. Now, as I mentioned, she was my value bet on the card. She's obviously just getting going now. She followed up that impressive 2nd career win in a penultimate start with a solid performance despite a luckless run. She finds another tricky draw to overcome, but I know the stable are going to try and get a little bit handier this time. And if she can get close to the front and maybe settle just behind the leading line, I think she'll be a big, big runner in the end. And she's one of those fillies that just takes a bit of time to unwind. So with Jabu Jacobs claiming the 2.5 off her back, I'm sure they're going to get going with her at about the 500-meter mark. And once she hits first gear, I think she's going to be finishing very, very strongly. And she's one of those fillies that's going to keep on getting better with time. And over the further she goes, I think the better we'll see more of her. But this time around, I think she finds a bit of a tricky field. But I think that, as I mentioned, if she does get close to the front, she could be a big, big filly in the finish.
Miss Hotline, unlucky last time, was interfered early part of the race, came from a long way back. But this race is a very competitive field, but she will have a each-way chance.
Our last runner on the card comes in the form of Agent Murphy in the 7th race. Now, he's another horse that's found a bit of a tricky draw to overcome, drawn 8 out of 9, but he's off the right rating at the moment, I think, and he's getting the services of Lyle Hewitson this time out. He's shown some solid work, and we know he's worth another win in his career. So we'll just be hoping for another big run from him. He finds a difficult race where there's the likes of Lataba and Kaysen, who obviously look like they're going to be at the top of the boards. But I think with Agent Murphy, if he gets a bit of luck in running from draw 8, he could be a big runner in the finish.
Agent Murphy draws a bit wide. We'll have to come from a bit behind, but he'll be a fitter horse this time, and definitely have a each-way chance.